changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration. It's Tip Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, I pass along what I think are the best tips from our stories. These are actionable ideas that you can use in your own lives, ideas that are simple and universal. They can really apply to everyone. And today's story comes from a book that I'm very proud of, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Living with Alzheimer's and Other Dementias. And here's why I'm proud of this book. First of all, it's an amazing source of information for people who are in the early stages of Alzheimer's and for their families and friends. And two, we made the book in partnership with the Alzheimer's Association, and we've given them royalties from the book, and we've let them sell the book themselves. And we believe that they've earned something like $70,000 already to support all the good work they do. Now, you might not think that Alzheimer's is part of your life, but believe me, this will come in useful one day, even if you're just talking to an elderly person who has dementia and you're not sure how to handle the conversation. And the story I'm going to tell you today is by Doris Letty. It's called My Mom, the Fighter Pilot, and it's such an important story that I made it the very first story in the whole book. And here's what I learned from Doris's story. Don't try to change the mind of someone with dementia, unless they're trying to do something that could injure themselves. But if they're just in their own new reality, join them there. In Doris's case, a few years after her mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, she started telling everyone that she had been a fighter pilot in the Air Force. She was worried that she hadn't done a good enough job as a pilot and that on one of her missions, which had been to rescue all the children from World War II, she had failed. Doris's mom used to cry as she explained that she hadn't been able to save all the children because she could only fit so many in her plane. Doris didn't try to talk her out of this, as she knew from taking some caregiver classes that you're not supposed to try to bring your mom back to reality. Instead, she just reassured her mom that she had done the best she could and that saving some of the children was better than saving none of them. And then one day, Doris's mom changed her story, and she announced that the military had started calling her to say that they were going to give her the Medal of Honor for rescuing those children. And for weeks, she told Doris about the repeated phone calls that she was getting about this Medal of Honor that she was receiving. So Doris decided that she would buy her mom a medal and tell her mom that the military had sent it to her to present to her mom on her upcoming birthday. And Doris's daughter made a certificate on her computer to go with the medal. Doris was pretty sure that this would be the last birthday that her mom would have that she would really be able to enjoy. And so she booked a table for the family at a Latin American restaurant that had a band because her mom loved to dance. Her mom had a great time at the restaurant. She got up and danced. She wore a new red silk outfit. And then when it came time for the birthday cake, Doris and her daughter presented the certificate and the Medal of Honor they had purchased. And everyone in the restaurant caught on, and they all stood up and applauded and congratulated Doris's mother, and she went around the restaurant kissing everybody. It was the last good birthday that Doris's mom had, and it was a wonderful memory for the whole family. Now, that story was in a chapter called Accepting a New Reality. And here's what the Alzheimer's Association has to say about this. They say, travel with the person to where he or she is. Join the journey and live in the moment with your loved one. It's a critical point, and if you do this, you will be so much less frustrated. After all, what difference does it make? As long as there is no safety issue, there really is no good reason to yank a person with dementia back into your reality if they're happy with their reality. So that's my tip for Tuesday. It's one of the key things that I learned from working on our Alzheimer's book. Tomorrow, we're going to have fun. It's Wow Wednesday, and we're going to talk about a couple of stories that involve some remarkable coincidences and some very good luck, definitely in the truth is stranger than fiction category. I'm Amy Newmark, and I want to thank you for listening to this Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast. If you'd like to read more stories and get some more useful tips from the book I mentioned, Chicken Soup for the Soul, Living with Alzheimer's and Other Dementias, then please go to our website, chickensoup.com.